My friends, we are standing on the edge of something big. You feel it. You sense it. Something is coming. The storm clouds are gathering. The winds are picking up. And whether you're ready or not, this shit tea is about to hit the fan. Now, I know that phrase sounds intense, but let's be real. Life is intense. Maybe it's your career, your relationships, your health, or the weight of expectations. Maybe you feel like you're drowning in problems with no way out. Maybe everything you've been building is about to be tested like never before. My friends, whether we like it or not, storms are a part of life. No one gets through this world without facing trials, challenges, and moments of absolute chaos. Some of you may already feel it. The tension building, the pressure rising, that uneasy sense that something big is about to happen. And let me tell you, this storm isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty. The truth is, trouble doesn't send a warning before it arrives. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't check your schedule to see if now is a convenient time. No, it hits fast and it hits hard. One moment, life is calm, and the next, everything is spiraling out of control. A financial crisis, a devastating betrayal, a sudden loss, a failure that knocks you off your feet. And the question isn't if the storm will come. The question is, are you ready? Too many people live in denial. They walk through life hoping that if they just ignore the warning signs, maybe, just maybe, the storm will pass them by. But hope alone is not a strategy. You don't wait until the rain starts falling to build your shelter. You prepare before the first drop ever touches the ground. Look at the great warriors of history, the pioneers, the game changers. They weren't surprised by the storm, but they expected it. They knew that before every great breakthrough, before every moment of transformation, there would be a test, a challenge that would either break them or build them. Think of a tree standing in the middle of a hurricane. The weak ones are ripped from the ground, but the strong ones, the ones with deep roots, bend, but they do not break. The difference? Preparation. Strength that was built before the storm ever arrived. And that is what you must do today. You must prepare your heart, your mind, and your spirit for what is coming. Because when the pressure rises, when the winds start howling, when everything around you is shaking, that is not the time to start wondering if you have what it takes. That is the time to stand firm and say, I was made for this. You see, storms don't come to destroy you. They come to reveal who you truly are. They strip away the distractions, the illusions, and the false sense of security that so many people rely on. And in that moment, you see yourself for who you really are. Stronger than you ever imagined, tougher than you ever knew, built to withstand whatever comes your way. So, my friends, let me ask you, are you ready? Because this shit is about to hit the fan. The storm is coming, and there are only two choices. Stand strong or be swept away. But here's the good news. You don't have to face it alone. You don't have to fight with your own strength. There is a power greater than anything this world can throw at you. A force inside you that refuses to be defeated. And when you tap into that strength, nothing can break you. So get ready. Anchor yourself. Dig your roots deep. Because when the storm comes, and it will, you will not only survive, you will rise. Fear is the enemy's weapon. My friends, when the storm begins to rage, when life starts falling apart, the first thing that will try to take hold of you is fear. Fear is the weapon the enemy uses to paralyze you, to weaken you, to keep you from stepping into your destiny. And let me tell you something. If you let fear control you, you've already lost the battle before it even begins. Fear is a liar. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough to make it through. It tells you that the storm is bigger than you, that the pressure is too much, that there's no way out. Fear will magnify your problems and shrink your confidence. It will convince you that you are powerless. But that is a lie. Every great victory in history came from someone who refused to bow to fear. Think about it. What separates the successful from the defeated? It's not that they never felt fear. It's that they didn't let fear stop them. Fear may knock at the door, but it's up to you whether you let it in or not. The problem with most people is that they give fear too much space in their minds. They let it dictate their choices, control their actions, and keep them from stepping forward. But here's the truth. Fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. The moment you stop feeding it, it begins to lose its grip on you. Have you ever noticed how fear grows in the dark? When you sit alone with your thoughts, when you dwell on worst case scenarios, when you let worry consume you, fear multiplies. But the moment you step into action, the moment you face it head on, it begins to shrink. That's because fear thrives on inaction, but it dies when confronted with courage. You have a choice to make today. Will you let fear control you, or will you rise above it? Will you believe its lies, or will you stand in the truth that you were created for more? Because here's the reality. Fear can't stop the storm. It can't change the circumstances. All it does is rob you of the strength you need to fight. Fear is a thief. It steals your peace, your confidence, and your future. But you don't have to give it that power. The moment you decide to push past fear, you take your power back. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the warrior you were meant to be. And let me tell you something. Fear cannot stand against a heart that refuses to give up. So when the storm comes and the enemy tries to shake you with fear, you look it in the face and say, I refuse to be afraid. I refuse to back down. I refuse to let fear win. Because deep inside you, there is a power that is greater than any fear. A strength that cannot be shaken. And when you tap into that strength, fear loses its hold. The storm may still rage, but it will not break you. The battle may still be tough, but you will not be defeated. Because fear is not your master. You are greater than fear. So stand tall, my friends. The enemy may come with fear, but you will rise with courage. And when you do, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Your reaction determines your outcome. My friends, life is not just about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to it. The storms will come, the pressure will rise, and the challenges will test you. But the outcome is not determined by the storm itself. The outcome is determined by your reaction. Two people can face the same crisis. One rises, the other falls. Two people can experience the same setback. One pushes forward, the other gives up. What's the difference? It's not the situation. It's the response. You see, in every moment of adversity, you have a choice. Will you let it break you, or will you let it make you? Will you allow fear, frustration, and doubt to take over, or will you rise up with strength, resilience, and an unstoppable mindset? Because, let me tell you something, the storm doesn't decide your future. You do. Look at history. Every great leader, every warrior, every champion has faced moments where everything seemed to be falling apart. But what made them great wasn't an easy life. It was their response to hardship. They didn't let obstacles stop them. They used obstacles as stepping stones. They turned setbacks into comebacks. Think about a piece of coal. Under normal circumstances, it remains coal forever. But when it's placed under extreme pressure, something incredible happens. It transforms into a diamond. The pressure didn't destroy it, it refined it. The same is true for you. The pressure, the struggles, the moments when everything seems to be against you, they are not there to destroy you, they are there to refine you. But that only happens if you choose the right response. Because if you let the pressure break you, if you let your emotions control you, if you let fear and negativity consume you, then you miss the opportunity to grow. You miss the chance to rise. Some people react to hardship by complaining, blaming, and making excuses. Others react by standing strong, learning, and pushing forward. Which one will you be? Because, my friends, let me tell you this. Your reaction determines your outcome. When the storm comes, and it will, you can either panic or prepare. You can either let fear take over or step forward in courage. You can either focus on the problem or focus on the solution. But here's the truth. The ones who win are the ones who refuse to fold under pressure. The ones who say, no matter what comes my way, I will not give up. I will not break. I will not let this moment define me. I will define this moment. So, my friends, the choice is yours. When the storm hits, how will you react? Will you let it knock you down? Or will you stand taller than ever before? Because this is your moment. This is where you decide what kind of person you are going to be. And I'll tell you this, if you choose strength, if you choose courage, if you choose to push forward when everything is pushing against you, then nothing can stop you. Because it's not the storm that determines your future, it's your response to it. So rise up, stand strong, and when the pressure comes, show the world what you're made of. Faith over panic, my friends. When the storm comes, when the chaos surrounds you, when everything you thought was secure begins to shake, you have two choices. You can let panic take over, or you can stand firm in faith. And let me tell you this. Faith is always the winning choice. Panic is what weakens you. It blinds you. It makes you react based on fear instead of wisdom. When people panic, they make mistakes. They give up too soon. They allow their emotions to control them instead of standing strong in what they know is true. But faith sees beyond the storm. Faith knows that even when things look impossible, there is still a way through. Look around the world today. You see people panicking over finances, panicking over relationships, panicking over their future. But let me ask you, when has panic ever solved anything? Panic doesn't give you solutions. Panic doesn't make you stronger. Panic only makes the problem bigger than it already is. But faith gives you power. Faith is what allows you to stand in the middle of a storm and say, I will not be shaken. Faith is what keeps you moving forward when everything in you wants to quit. Faith is what separates those who fall apart from those who rise up. Let me remind you, the strongest people in history didn't avoid trouble. They walked through it with faith. They knew that panic wouldn't get them anywhere, but faith would carry them through. Think about an athlete running a marathon. Somewhere along the race, their legs start to hurt, their lungs burn, and their body screams at them to stop. That's the moment when panic could take over. But a true champion doesn't listen to panic. A true champion trusts in the preparation, believes in the training, and pushes forward with faith, knowing that the finish line is ahead. That is what you must do. When the battle gets tough, don't let panic make your decisions. Let faith lead the way. Because faith isn't about ignoring the storm. It's about knowing the storm won't last forever. Faith isn't about pretending there's no problem. It's about believing that no problem is bigger than your purpose. You see, life is full of moments where you have to make a decision. Will I let this break me, or will I trust that I was made for more? Will I allow fear to dictate my choices, or will I walk forward with faith, knowing that this is not my ending, it's just a part of my journey? Because let me tell you something, if you hold on, if you refuse to let panic win, if you choose faith over fear, you will see victory on the other side. You may not know how things will work out, but faith says, I don't need to see the whole picture to know that I'm going to make it. So my friends, when the storm hits and everything in you wants to panic, stop, breathe, stand firm, and choose faith. Because faith will always take you further than fear ever could. Faith will give you strength when everything around you is shaking. And when you choose faith over panic, when you stand strong instead of falling apart, you don't just survive the storm, you come out stronger than ever before. The power of endurance. My friends, let me tell you something that most people don't want to hear. Life is not about how fast you start, it's about how strong you finish. Too many people give up before they see the breakthrough. Too many people throw in the towel when things get tough. But listen to me. Endurance is what separates the weak from the strong, the defeated from the victorious. The truth is, tough times do not last, but tough people do. You were not made to quit. You were not created to collapse under pressure. You were built to endure, to fight through the storm, to keep going when everything inside you says stop. Because endurance is the key to victory. Think about this. Every champion, every leader, every warrior who has ever made history had one thing in common. They refused to give up. They faced trials, failures, opposition, but they didn't let those things define them. They endured. Because let's be real, the road to success is not easy. The journey to greatness is filled with obstacles, disappointments, and moments where you feel like you can't take another step. That's why so many people quit. They think that struggle means they are on the wrong path, but let me tell you, struggle is proof that you're on the right one. Some of you are in a battle right now. Some of you are feeling the weight of pressure. Maybe you've been fighting for a long time and you're tired. Maybe you're wondering if it's even worth it to keep going. Let me tell you, it is worth it, because the moment you think you can't take one more step is the moment you are closest to your breakthrough. The pressure you feel right now is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to build you. Think of a muscle. If you never push it, it never grows. If you never put weight on it, it never gets stronger. Endurance is the same way. Every struggle, every challenge, every storm you endure is making you stronger, more resilient, more prepared for what's ahead. But here's the key. You have to keep going. You have to push through the pain. You have to refuse to quit when things get hard. Because the truth is, most people give up too soon. They stop digging when they're inches away from striking gold. They stop running when they're 1 mile from the finish line. But not you. You are not here to quit. You are here to endure. You are here to push through the struggle and come out stronger on the other side. And when you do, you will realize that every battle, every hardship, every moment of doubt was shaping you for something greater. So, when the pressure comes, when the storm rages, when everything in you wants to give up, remember the power of endurance. Remember that this is not your breaking point. This is your breakthrough moment. You are stronger than you think. You are tougher than you realize. And if you refuse to quit, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you from reaching your destiny. This is your defining moment, my friends. There are moments in life that change everything. Moments when you are faced with a choice to step up or step back, to fight or to fold, to rise or to run. These moments are not ordinary. They are defining. They reveal your strength, your character, and your destiny. And right now, you are standing in one of those moments. This is not just another challenge. This is not just another difficult season. This is your defining moment, the moment that will shape who you are, the moment that will separate you from those who quit, those who break, and those who never step into their greatness. Because listen to me, pressure doesn't break you, it reveals you. The fire doesn't destroy you, the struggle isn't meant to stop you, it's meant to build you. And if you embrace this moment, if you refuse to back down, if you choose to rise up in the face of the storm, you will come out stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. But here's the thing, most people miss their defining moment because they focus on the pain instead of the purpose. They look at the difficulty, the fear, the uncertainty, and they let it convince them that they can't go on. But I'm here to tell you, you can. You were made for this. You were built for this. Everything you have been through has prepared you for this very moment. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. He takes a raw piece of metal and puts it into the fire. He hammers it, shapes it, molds it. And what happens? The fire doesn't weaken the metal, it strengthens it. And by the end of the process, what was once just a piece of iron is now a weapon, strong and unbreakable. That is what's happening to you. This fire you're in, this battle you're facing, this storm that's raging around you, it's not here to destroy you. It's here to transform you. It's here to make you unshakable. It's here to prepare you for something greater than you ever imagined. But the question is, will you let this moment define you, or will you define this moment? Because right now, you have a choice. You can let fear win, or you can let faith lead. You can let adversity break you, or you can let it build you. You can walk away and spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been, or you can stand up, fight back, and claim the victory that is waiting for you. I'm telling you, this is it. This is the moment when you decide that quitting is not an option. This is the moment when you refuse to let fear control you. This is the moment when you declare, I am stronger than my struggles, greater than my challenges, and destined for something bigger than my pain. Because when you choose to rise up, when you choose to endure, when you choose to embrace this defining moment, nothing can stop you. The storm may rage, the battle may be fierce, but you will not fall. You will not break. You will not quit, because this moment does not define you. You define this moment. So stand up, my friends, stand strong, and walk boldly into your destiny, because your defining moment is here.